The Six Nations Development Corporation is now open, and they held their open house on July 31st. That same day, I took part in a conference call with the Political Confederacy of the Chiefs of Ontario, as Six Nations does sit there as a member. Last week, I went up to Paris to the Five Oaks to speak to about 26 kids who were there in what they call the wampum camp, and I thought that was very, very important to do that, to help give our young people an education and awareness of First Nations people. Last week, we also had the chairman of the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Commission here in our community. That's Philip Olson, and one of the board members, Gail Begg. He had wanted to visit our community just to learn and to tour around and to have a meet and greet with council. We were also joined by Steve Williams, who is, as the chair of the Ontario First Nations Limited Partnership, who looks after the gaming dollars, is also now a board member of the OLG, so he was able to join us as well. Last week, I was also asked by Boris Brott, who is a renowned conductor in Hamilton, to take part in the Brott Music Festival and to narrate a story that was displayed through the music and through aerial performances. So I did that. That was the first time I did that, and they said I did okay. So that was a new experience. And earlier this week, I met with Sean Kuntz, who is the new manager of the Imperial Oil Refinery in Nanticoke. And as you know, we do have an agreement with Imperial Oil where they provide dollars through the SEED program and the homework program, and that's coming up for renewal. So we'll be negotiating to see if we can't get more money out of them. Also this week, I took part in the hockey night in Brantford that is organized by Phil McColeman, the MP for Brant, and it's a fundraiser for United Way. And right now we have the Cure for Cancer concert going on. It's the 8th one. It's been organized by Jace Martin and the Six Nations Youth Outreach Group. And last night a tribe called Red was there, and man, they rocked that place. The community hall was just vibrating. And two of those guys from the tribe called Red are from Six Nations as well. So it was a good time, and we got a commitment from them that they should come back sometime and perform for our community. So everyone that was there really enjoyed it. And tonight there's Digging Roots, and of course Saturday you've got David Wilcox, who's going to be at the fairgrounds. So some of the upcoming meetings that are coming up are, of course, the Parapan Am Games closing ceremonies are tomorrow. And the North American Indigenous Games will be held in Toronto, and some events will be held at Six Nations in 2017. So planning meetings are starting for that on Sunday, so I've been invited to that. Also, the Association of the Municipalities of Ontario, which are all the mayors in the province, will be holding their annual assembly in Niagara Falls next week, and Councillor Ray Merico will be there on Monday morning to provide welcoming remarks from Six Nations. I can't be there because I have to be at a Political Confederacy Chiefs of Ontario meeting in Toronto on the same day. But I will be attending the Association of Municipalities on Tuesday to take part in a First Nations panel. And on the 21st of August, next Friday, the former Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Paul Martin, is going to be in our community. He's going to be touring Polytech and then going to a lunch at New Credit, and then he'll be back to tour the water treatment plant. And later in the afternoon, he'll be at the Woodland Cultural Centre. We're going to talk to him about the Save the Evidence campaign, and I understand he's also going to be holding a roundtable on education, so people are invited to take part in that. The Fall Fair is coming up next week, August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and the Miss Six Nations contest will be on August 21st, and they're still looking for some contestants. And on August 24th, there will be the signing of a political accord between the Chiefs of Ontario and the Province of Ontario. This was agreed to by the Chiefs of Ontario when they recently met in Kenora in early June. And next weekend, on the 29th, I've been invited to speak at a Muslim convention in Mississauga because they too are expressing a desire to learn more about First Nations, so I've agreed to do that. And the Miles to Go group is organizing their all-night cancer walk on August 29th. It'll start at 6 p.m. and it'll go till 6 a.m. So people are invited to attend, and the walkers are seeking sponsorships. So if someone asks you, then please sign up and sponsor or join them that night. On September 1st, there will be the groundbreaking to launch the construction of the Landscape of Nations, which is a memorial for the Council of Peace and Reconciliation Treaty between the British Crown and the First Nations that was done following the War of 1812. And that groundbreaking will take place at Queenston Heights. I've also been invited to take part in a Lieutenant Governor's Aboriginal Forum on Reconciliation on September 9th. And that will be as well, along with Justice Murray Sinclair and some of the commissioners from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that just wrapped up. And of course, the Under 19 World Lacrosse Tournament will be here at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on September 11th, 12th, and 13th, which will lead into the World Lacrosse Tournament being held in Onondaga, which begins on September 18th. We also have a number of community events going on. We've got the Outdoor Farmers Market, which is held every Saturday from 9 to 1 at 2676 4th Line Road. We've got a number of events that are hosted by Recreation and by Health Services, particularly for the kids. There's also a Tom Longboat run coming up on Center Island in Toronto in September, and we've got a group that are actively training to take part in that, and they are training on Mondays and Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 at the Blue Track. So if you're interested in that, show up there. And on September 10th, there will be a Moment for Life Festival being held at the Community Hall on the horse track from 4 to 9 p.m. And that's a day to help prevent suicide. And as well, there are a number of golf tournaments that are being taken place to raise funds for different matters. Lastly, I want to congratulate Alaria McKay for representing Six Nations in the Miss Teenage Canada competition. Although she was not the winner, we are very proud of her accomplishments and that she was taking part in such a prestigious competition. I also want to take the time to acknowledge our lacrosse teams because we're in the middle of playoffs. Congratulations to the Six Nations Arrows on winning the Ontario OLA Junior A Championship, and good luck in winning the Minto Cup, which is going to be held right here at Six Nations at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena beginning on August 22nd, beginning next weekend. Unfortunately, our Rebels weren't able to continue the streak last night, but they gave it a good try, and we wish them all the best and say that we're still proud of the Rebels. We're always proud of our team, so Six Nations community is very proud of you. And we wish luck to the Akwesasne Indians, who are going on to try and secure the Founders Cup. Also, congratulations to the Chiefs, who are moving into the finals for the Ontario Championship, and also the Rivermen, who are also looking to repeat championships that they won last year. So that's it for this month. We are a very busy and vibrant community, as you can tell, and I hope we keep it up because we're so proud of everybody in our community. So, Nyawa.